Hey y'all, it's your girl Lunar back again with another video for y'all. Today we are working on the weekly forecasts for June 8th through the 14th, 2020. Alright, so why don't we just get straight into it? Doing the same layout like I did last week. So the Isis Oracle deck. Then with the both sets Mujeres. And then the Chakra Wisdom deck, and then we'll do the tarot cards after that. Alright, so let's see what June 8th through the 14th overall energy for that week. 3 already want to come out, so I'll go with those 3. Nope, 4 actually. So we got Divine Guardian, Protection of the Winged Mother, like that. We have Soul Retrieval, Deep Soul Healing with the Goddess. Alright. And then Scales of Balance, Ancient Tantra of the Soul. Okay. Interesting week. Alrighty. Stay true and be in your power. Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. I like that. So let's read the either incantation, prayer, or invocation for each of these. So we're going to start with Divine Guardian. So let's see what this is an incantation to the Divine Guardian. You can use this incantation as a prayer of protection at any time on your behalf or on behalf of another. You can choose to touch your heart and say the name of the person that you are saying the prayer for before speaking it aloud 3 times at least, and then say, "So be it," and intend that the prayer be sent to the beloved. Let any thought of the beloved go then. Let the prayer be free and do not worry about how it will work. Just let it do its work as you have done yours. These are the powers of the initiation. You will learn to trust this more and more. So, I'm going to do it hand over the heart. Winged Mother, Guardian of Light, surround me with your protective might. Only love and light enter this field, or the scarab sword you shall wield, driving away darkness with endless light, bringing peace to every day and to every night. Winged Mother, Guardian of Light, surround me with your protective might. Only love and light enter this field, or your scarab sword you shall yield, driving away darkness with endless light, bringing peace to every day and to every night. Winged Mother, Guardian of Light, surround me with your protective might. Only love and light enter this field, or the scarab sword you shall yield, driving away darkness with endless light, bringing peace to every day and to every night. So be it. I like that. Soul Retrieval we'll do next. Soul Retrieval. This is another incantation to the goddess of deep soul healing. This prayer can be said as an incantation at any time you feel you need healing, helping and forgiving, and calling your soul back to yourself, or when you sense that something within you is holding you back from greater happiness, but you're not sure what it is. It can be added to the beginning of the ritual above, or said on its own as a prayer of healing and soul retrieval. Isis with love unconditional and strong, help me rise above right and wrong, to forgive, release, and make myself whole, to retrieve lost pieces of my soul, restore the inner light grid of gold, free me from trauma new and old. Isis with love unconditional and strong, help me be whole now and finally move on. Isis with love unconditional and strong, help me rise above right and wrong, to forgive, release, and make myself whole, to retrieve lost pieces of my soul, restore the inner light grid of gold, free me from trauma new and old. Isis with love unconditional and strong, help me be whole now and finally move on. Alright, next we're going to do the Scales of Balance. Alright, this is another incantation of the Scales of Balance. You can say this incantation at the beginning of the ritual above, or at any time you feel out of balance. You will know this is the case if you are drained, feel pulled in too many directions, and with too many demands and not much productivity, or if you are just feeling not quite right within yourself. The scales are balanced with perfection, feminine and masculine in divine connection, surrender and strength, body and soul. Together are love, united and whole. I know when to act and when to rest. Scales balance allow harmony to vest. Deep within I am now at peace. As in balance I effortlessly now release. I feel balance, wholeness, and vitality as I balance and heal my divine humanity. The scales are balanced with perfection, feminine and masculine in divine connection, surrender and strength, body and soul. Together are love, united and whole. I know when to act and when to rest. Scales of balance allow harmony to vest. Deep within I am now at peace. As in balance I effortlessly now release. I feel balance, wholeness, and vitality as I balance and heal my divine humanity. I like that. And then last but not least, stay true. Stay true and be in your power. I love this one. Incantation of the crock and flail. You can say this incantation to break any vow of this or another lifetime. You will sense those past vows as an inner block or drain that you can keep you captive to a relationship or relationship pattern that you know does not serve you, but you cannot seem to break through, as though you are somehow tied to it beyond your conscious will. You can say it at any time you feel confused, you are seeking permission for how you live your life, or that you need to call your power back. Crock and flail, flail and crock, I now declare with intention clear, I'm a souvenir being a love divine. I call back my power full and complete. I break all vows of giving away my authority. I release the lie that my authority may be taken from me. I surrender only to the light of my own divine essence. Crock and flail and crock, I now declare with intention clear, I'm a souvenir being of love and divine. Crock and flail and crock, I now declare with intentional clear, I'm a souvenir being of love divine. I call back my power full and complete. I break all vows of giving away my authority. I release the lie that my authority may be taken from me. I surrender only to the light of my own divine essence. Crock and flail and crock, I now declare with intention clear, I'm a souvenir being of love divine. Whew. Love all of those. Love them already. Let's see the mudras. That's what I'm interested in. Let's see what mudras need to come through. June 8th through the 14th, 2020. Balance. Some Uka Mudra assists unification, clarity, and equilibrium. Benefits: balances right and left side of the body, improves mental clarity, activates pituitary gland, heightens awareness of all senses, activates self-healing ability, builds concentration. Element: space. Instruction: join the tips of all fingers on each hand. Touch the two hands together at the fingertips. Hold mudra slightly away from the body in front of solar plexus center. Relax elbows and shoulders downward. Lengthen spine. Focus. All of my senses align for perfect clarity and balance. All of my senses align for perfect clarity and balance. Alright. And I pulled also expansion. Vaya Mudra assists lightness, ease, appreciation. Benefits: directs breath to heart, chest, and ribs. Assists the nervous and respiratory system. Instills a sense of lightness and ease in the body. Opens the susceptible heart. Element: air. Instructions: bend the index fingers on each hand inward to touch the base of the thumb. Wrap the thumbs over the index fingers and extend the middle, ring, and pinky fingers straight outward. Rest the backs of the palms on the thighs, palms facing upward. Focus. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. Alright. Let's see mudras from this one. Two actually fell out. Ooh. I love both of these. First up, unconditional love. Padma Mudra. Assists gratitude, open heart, empathy. Benefits: support the cardiorespiratory and immune system, increases circulation in the chest, heart, and lungs. Instruction: with fingers pointed upward, bring the heels of the hands together. Keeping the pinky fingers and thumbs together, spread the other fingers. Bring the hands in front of the heart, relax the shoulders down, and lengthen the spine. Focus: my heart blossoms open with unconditional love. My heart blossoms open with unconditional love. Next up is release. This is the Kali Mudra. Assists expansiveness, release, spiritual purification. Benefits: directs breath and awareness to neck and throat area, energizes thyroid gland, metabolism, and energy, releases muscular tension from shoulders, neck, and throat center. Instruction: interlace the fingers of both hands in front of the heart with the right thumb over the left. Extend the index fingers upward towards throat center. Caution: thyroid conditions. So if you have any thyroid issues, don't do this one. Focus: I release all obstacles and align to my true nature. I release all obstacles and align to my true nature. Whew. Cleansing week. That's what this is. Oh, I love to see it. Now let's get the chakras that are coming through for this week. Excuse me. It's like getting that card. It's like, I don't know. I'm gonna just be sideways. That's what I love to see. So we have expansion coming up sideways because it's not sure if you want to be upright or downright. So I'm gonna just keep it sideways because it can go either upwards, downwards, left, right. Who knows? It may stay neutral. It's probably like, I won't expand until I feel like it's ready to expand. So, I'm gonna just stay this way. So I'm gonna leave it that way. I'm not even gonna touch that. Complacency, upright, And last but not least, victim in reverse. We had it upright last week, So this coming up in reverse, obviously people are gonna really feel like they being scrutinized. They was like, why are you pointing the finger at me? Hold up, I ain't do nothing wrong. Everybody wrong some way. Own up to it. That's how I'm seeing that. This week is gonna be very interesting. That's how I'm feeling for this week. Just the fact that I got that. I'm interested in seeing the tarot cards now. So I'll be back with that in a minute so we can see how this gonna play out, alright? So, see ya. Hey guys, welcome to the weekly forecasts for June 8th through the 14th. And say hello to the Rider-Waite deck that we'll be using for the conscious and subconscious days for June 8th through the 14th, alright? So let's start with the conscious card for June 8th and 9th. So the conscious card for June 8th and the 9th. High Priestess, Ten of Swords, the Fool card, Eight of Swords, ooh, I love to see it, the Tower card, Five of Swords, Four of Swords, oh, this is the Five of Wands, my bad, Five of Wands, Four of Swords, and the Lovers card. So I'm gonna try to get these in so they all y'all can see this. Okay. Now we're gonna do the subconscious card for June 8th and easy. 2 of Wands. 9 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. 6 of Cups. The Star card. Knight of Cups. And King of Swords. Now you probably won't see all of the cards because the way this is playing out this week is going to be a very busy week, obviously. It is. I can already tell. It's going to be a very energetic, busy week. So now we go in the conscious card for June 10th and 11th. Conscious card. Six of Swords. Knight of Wands. Judgment. Alright, now for the subconscious card for June 10th and 11th. I love to see it. Ace of Cups for the subconscious card. Alright. Next up is the conscious card for June 12th through the 14th. Two of Swords. Page of Cups. Ace of Swords. Queen of Wands. 4 of Wands. The Hierophant. The World card. Queen of Pentacles. The Hermit card. And Ace of Pentacles. I like that. Energetic, busy week for sure. Trying to get all of it. There we go. I think I got it. Almost. We'll work out the kinks as we go along. Ooh-wee. The subconscious card for June 12th through 14th. Subconscious card for June 12th through 14th. 3 of Pentacles. This card's this one. B. King of Wands. Ooh. Nine of Pentacles. 4 Cups. Page of Swords. And Queen of Cups. We got a lot of court cards coming through. Ooh. I know. They are dealing with people. I know. Thank you. You had to buzz my ear like that. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I shall speak. We'll speak. Let me out like, ooh-wee. I'm gonna try to get these in here as best I can, but they probably won't go all the way in. But these are the subconscious card for this week. Making real as I go. Even though I did want a bigger table so I can handle all these cards, especially when it comes to a week like this. where a lot of things can pop off at the slightest chance. So things will come up easy, and then y'all can see it as well. But that's a story for another time. So I'm gonna I know Queen of Pentacles is up here. Because most of these cards can definitely play out as conscious cards. Oop. Queen of Wands went upright. Take that as a good sign, even though it did come out in reverse. Energies can definitely change at a moment's notice. That much is true. But let's talk about each of these cards individually. Alright? So let's start with the lovely Eight of Cups here. Now usually when it's upright, it means you leaving things real quickly. Like you done with this and you're not looking back to it. But within reverse, it usually tell me you really doing an internal search of ready. You getting yourself to set up to let it go eventually. But right now you gotta look at it, think back on it, and make sure that you really caught everything. That's how I'm seeing that, especially with this red cloak here. Now when I see red, usually red for me is like a passion or anger or hate, depending on how you look at red in all sense. But then at the same time, red is also connected to the root chakra. So when your root chakra is upset, you have to look at why you feeling unstable yourself in certain things. So that's another thing to looking at in your emotional realm, because the cups deal with emotions. So speaking on that, how many cup cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cup cards. So then you got the 6 of Cups. Usually when it's upright, you sharing, everything's happy, everything is in balance. But with the reverse, it's showing that things are in an imbalance. So and then it's also connected to your childhood as well. So any childhood issues that are coming up, you re-looking at them, or you revisiting the old ways, looking back and realizing, yes, I did go through that. Memory starting to resurface, and you be like, oh, I forgot about that. It's been a while. But, okay, now I gotta look at that. Now, the Star card. Usually when it's upright, optimistic future, hope, everything's great. And this is connected to the Aquarius card, which is the humanitarian of the zodiac. Now, with it in reverse, to me it was like a dimming of a future or loss of hope. And even looking at it, and then also nudity is about a rebirthing, because Sailor Moon is also connected to that as well, because Sailor Moon at the is in the 90s series, because they haven't done it in the crystal version. But at the end of her fight with Galactia, she's seen nude, and she's going through a rebirthing. So anytime you see nudity, it's all about burying yourself, seeing all that is there. You accepting every flaw, every nook and cranny that you have about you. So that's the other thing. And it's like, seeing this in reverse is like you starting to accept the flaws, the things that you wouldn't have bared, but now you can bear out because this is as much damaging to me as it is to you and to every other person that's out there. Whew. Next up is the Knight of Cups. Now when it's upright, he's very intuitive, empathetic. His word is his bound. Whenever I see a knight, knights reminds me of honor bound. They fight for what is right. They fight for what is true. Now when I see it in reverse, he lost his honor. He have to search for that honor again. Or just trying to be manipulative, trying to get his way. He whining about everything, pointing the finger at somebody else instead of himself. So you can see it that way when it comes to the Knight of Cups. Next up is the wonderful King of Swords in reverse. Now when he's upright, he's a very authoritative, mature. What he says goes. He plans things out. And King of Swords, whenever you see kings are connected to the air sign. So this is, and the sword is also connected to air. So this is air of air. So double airness. And also to mention the knights. So whenever you see knights are connected to fire. In this one deck that I have for Animal Tarot deck, they have the knights as air and the king as fire. It's the reverse. I'll show y'all that deck another time. But this is, knights are fire, cups are water. So this is fire of water. So when you see this in reverse, impulsive, temperamental, manipulative, emotional. Another way of looking at that. But the King of Swords, back to that. King of Swords, air of air. He's very, another thing, he's very manipulative. He can also try to get his way on things. He's a smooth talker. What he says, he wants you to believe it. Cockiness. Very, very cocky. That's how I like to see that. That's what I see. Think another King of Swords. Next up, Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about seeing the endless possibilities, because you got the globe right there. And it seems like he's not even looking at the globe. I would like to say he's looking out into the horizon. But at the same time, he's not quite looking because his eyes look like it's downcast. But he's looking at that globe. The possibility is endless. And I know I can make a change. Next up is the Nine of Wands. Now, usually when you see the Nine of Wands, you see he beat up, he bruised, he did what he had to do. And he alright with that. But when you see it in reverse, it's like he's battling himself. He's not ready to face the troubles that are going out on these rolling hills. Like that's his own little cage that he made for himself. He's barricaded himself. Just like somebody else we know. I ain't gonna say no names, but anyway, y'all know who it is. Four of Pentacles. We got this in reverse. Now usually when it's upright, things are stable, everything's aligned, perfect. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Automatic unstableness, no balance whatsoever. Everything feel like it's crumbling away. No law and order whatsoever. Like somebody else want, but shall not get. Seven of Pentacles. Now when I like to see it upright, it's wonderful because you're seeing all your fruits of your labors coming in. Everything's finally working out just the way you want it to. You're happy. And you're just waiting for that right time to pick it. Or better yet, you could just wait. You'd be like, it's not ready to pick, even though you look beautiful, but I just don't want to pick you yet. But in reverse, it means it's not ready. You got some little setbacks, endless setbacks, on top of setbacks, on top of setbacks. Even though I can see that this week as well. A lot of setbacks that you wasn't ready for. Next up, Six of Swords. Six of Swords, like I said, this is mental energy. Walking away from it. Same thing, but this is the emotional part. The six of... Anytime you see sixes, it's usually either walking away or just coming back into reminiscing as well. Reminiscing about old things. But this, you can finally walk away from that old habit, that old way of thinking. You coming into a new way of thinking. Even though you got the Ace of Swords at the end of the week in reverse. But you're not ready to accept it yet. But in the beginning, because actually this can play out. All these cards can play out differently throughout the week. It really can. But the Six of Swords, you finally get to a place where you're ready to walk away when it's right. Now, the High Priestess. This is my girl. I love seeing her. But she's in reverse. Now, usually when she's upright, she's neutral. Everything, she's just watching how things play out. And she's like, And even though she already knows what's going to happen, she's like the gateway between the worlds. The unknown and the present. However you want to put it as. Okay? The spirit world from reality. She's connected to both. And she's getting what's coming through. But she can't speak on it because she's like, I'm neutral. Whenever you see the High Priestess and the Justice card, both of those are the neutral cards. And speaking of which, we got the Justice card at the bottom of the deck. I'm just going to mention it. Both neutral cards. So usually whenever I see both of these in the deck, it's like just neutral. But Justice, she's the law and order. She's the judge, jury, and executioner. She plays the neutral card because she's listening to all the evidence are coming in. And at the same time, she's connected to Libra. So this also pertains to a Libra in your life. High Priestess, unfortunately, doesn't have an astrological connection except to the moon, if I remember correctly. But now you want to speak on that. But in reverse, and she's also connected to your intuition. But when she's in reverse, that means your intuition is not 100%. Your intuition is, I wouldn't say out of whack, but it comes and goes. Because usually you get that gut reaction when you know something is right, and other times it's just silent. It's like that. Your gut instinct is silent right now. Because it's like, even though you already acting before even doing it. So you're trying to see where it's taking you. It's straight instinct. Without really it being instinct. Now, this is a depressing card to see. But the Ten of Swords. Usually when it's upright, it means the long battle is over. Mentally, you got everything done. It's perfect. You good. And you can get set out on something new. But when it's in reverse, it's like somehow it's not done. You're not ready for it to be done. So you want to see what else you need to do. But what is there else to do for you? What is there else to do for you? The lovely Tower card. Usually when it's upright, it means, you knew the shit was coming. You can get out the way before it happened. But unfortunately, shit is breaking down. And it was a sudden thing. It's crumbling. Things are crumbling before your eyes and you can do nothing about it. Oh, I love to see that energy because you just like, uh, and that could literally be the whole week. It's like everything's just crumbling day by day by day by day by day by day by day, and you just like, this is what we wanted. We got it. Next up, the Fool card. Usually when it's upright, you ready to take that leap of faith off that jump. But for some reason, you're not ready to do that. You don't want to jump off the deep end. You're like, oh no, 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 no. I'm not ready for that. Excuse me. Like, I know I shouldn't do it, so I'm not gonna do it. Next is the Knight of Wands. Like I said, Knight of Wands, fire. Wands are connected to fire. Fire of fire. This is a rush first. He's very passionate. He's very driven. He wants to get it done. I said what I said, and I'm going to do exactly what I said I wanted to do. Nothing else to it but to do it. So we're going to do it. Do it, do it, do it. I love to see that. Five of Wands. Now, usually when it's upright, compromise. We can all come to agreement on it. Battles. And it got all the four elements in here, except one of them is like the spirit one. So everybody's battling to get on top. Who is going to win? So that's the air, that's fire, that's water, that earth, and that's the spirit one. Or the most human one of them all. So the human one is fighting all the elements. And it's like they having battles amongst themselves. Because one of these elements want to rule overall. But who's going to win that? But then at the same time, it's like the humans like, I control you all. You should listen to what I have to say. And they can be fighting him and be like, nah, we our own person. You have to respect us as much as we respect you. But I see you don't want to respect us. So we're going to break away from you because you're not understanding the delicate balance of this. Now, the Four of Swords. Usually when this is upright, it means restful sleep, praying, just knowing when to take your rest. Now in reverse, this is insomnia, restlessness, worrying about every little thing that is going on. Treading on thin ice. Eight of Swords. Now usually when she's upright, she can break out of this and she sees all possible things. And she's encircled in swords. But this is like her barrier. She's too scared to realize what she has, so she don't want to get out of this. She's like, no, I'm okay with this comfort. I'm not ready to break out of this. It's no way of me seeing what is right there for me, because what is there for me? It's nothing but either fighting, discussions, or nothing. Now, this is the wonderful Lovers card, which is connected to Geminis. Now, when I see the Lovers, also another card with nudity. So you got the Star card, the Lovers, and it's the Devil card that has got nudity in the Major Arcana and the Judgment card as well. I forgot. Judgment. But rebirthing. But since it's up in reverse, and usually the Lovers is about connections with people, and speaking out on things, or just bliss of all sorts. Now in reverse here, things are not as it should be. It's out of balance. Balance is coming up a lot this week. Now, things are just, and this can also deal with a lot of gossip. The words being spelled out, things that are finally coming to light on a lot of things. So, false things that have been said, the truth are coming out on them. That's another way of looking at that. Now the judgment card. I love this card because it's a time of judgment. Are you ready to face your sins? Are you ready to face what is right in front of you? Are you ready to face what needs to be said? Because one way or another, we're going to keep shoving this down your throat until eventually you face it. But of course, people just rather ignore it. But that's how it goes. Now the wonderful Ace of Cups is in the upright position. I love it. Now when I see the Ace of Cups, it means overflowing of new emotions. Things are being looked at in a new emotional sense. And it's like a rawness. A raw feeling of greatness. A rawness of just being honest, transparent, lucid. Just so connected, truly. And then you have the Page of Swords. Now pages are connected to earth, and the swords is air. So this is earth of air. And I like to see this as a very grounded person who's very mentally sharp. It's like the words that they say are a double-edged sword. And double-edged swords, they're deadly either way you look at it. You can think of what they said as one way, or you can think of it like this way, or you can try to find a silver lining in what they said. The exact words they say are precise and well thought out, because they think about what they're going to say before they actually say it. And some people may find it either cryptic or straightforward. Like Taurus and Mercury. Taurus is slow, steady. Taking your time, saying what you need to say instead of rushing it like a Gemini and Mercury. Just saying what you gotta say and not getting to the point of it. Taurus and Mercury, you get to the point. They eventually get to the point eventually, but you will get what they're saying. It's slowly connecting the dots and then stringing it all together to get that overall summary. That's Page of Swords. Next up is the World card. Now the World card is the end of your long journey from the Fool. Now with this you can go out as a new person. Oh, I forgot the World card is also another nudity card. Another rebirthing. An end of something. End of an era. End of a cycle. End of a habit. End of whatever it needs to be an end of. Always endings of something. To start something new. Eventually. Now, we have Knight of Pentacles. So this is fire of earth. Very slow movie. He's driven, but his is at a different place. Steady. I'll eventually get there. It may not be at your pace, but I will get there when I get there. Or you can even think of them as that silent night that would go off on that long journey. You would never hear from them. And then all of a sudden they come back with a whole fleet of people, and you just like, hold up, we still preset. I got the people here. Like while y'all was doing that, I was thinking this. The other night's gonna be shocked by this. Have you put it? And they was like, I already thought this out, so I just went on my way and got that. The lovely King of Wands, Heir of Fire. Like I said, another sharp, mature, logical person. laying out the plans. And Wands is all about passion. So the driving force. He thought out the plan and now he's trusting his knights to get the word out. And at the same time, the knights protects the king and queen as well. So when he calls on his knights, they gotta be ready and armed. Because when he gives you the go ahead to execute the plan, you execute the plan to a T. And he's gonna keep pushing at it until he get it done. And he can be quick on changing the plan and getting back out there. It's like, try this formation, or instead of doing this, let's do that instead. And he's very articulate in his words. Say exactly what he needs to say. Because he sees the vision. He just needs his knights to do it. And his queen is backing him up. But at the same time, any good queen will listen to his queen as well. Because if she gives sound advice, he got to put that into the motion and be like, I see. He takes her words into consideration. Next up, we have the Three of Pentacles. Now, threes is all about creativity. So it seems like in this picture, this person's trying to get out a word on what they're saying. People are looking at him, it's like, okay. They see his grand vision that he's trying to get out there. He's the spokesman since he's standing up on this table here. He's speaking out what they're saying and they listen attentively to what he's saying. And eventually they can get it out and spread the word. Now, Queen of Cups. All queens are connected to water, and this is the Cups card, which is connected to water. Water of water. Very empathetic, nurturing mother figure. I love seeing the Queen of Cups. I love her energy. She's very soothing. She's that person you go to when you just want somebody to hug. And they give you the stroke on the hair and just hum. They won't have to say anything because they know exactly what you need and give you exactly what you need. And that's it. That's all to it. Coming here giving you that renewalness, that uplifting that you need to get back on your feet. That's how I think of the Queen of Cups. Four of Cups. You have 3 cups that you're just looking at and you're like, I see this. You see that other one, you like, okay, I know I have this other option, but I don't want to choose that because all we going back is down, back the same thing. We want A, B, and C. We see what we truly want, and that's what we're going to get. And that's it. That's all. We're going to keep talking. We're going to keep being out here, and we're going to stay until we are finally heard. We're not going to get back to all that other crap that's written right in there. No. We don't want that. We want freedom, wholeness, matter. Okay? This is what we want. We don't want that. No. Next up, Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles are connected to Earth, so this is the water of Earth. Water nurtures the Earth. She's the nurturer, just as the Queen of Cups. She got that soothing ocean energy. The ocean is very soothing. I like to think of her as the meter, since the meter is the harvester in Greek mythology. She coaxes the plants to grow, give them exactly what they need, talks to them, and let them know you are much of a person as everybody else. I feel you, I see you, I understand. So let me care for you. Let me be there. Birth it. Raise it. Give it everything it exactly needs so it can grow into this fine being that it needs to be. That's the Queen of Pentacles. She nurtures everything around her. She speaks to the earth and coaxes it to grow. And even you got a little bunny there. See the little bunny? The bunny's happy. It's bouncing around in the yard. And it gets to eat off the things. Because she gives it food too. It was like, here's a nice little carrot or an apple. You know, nibble on that. Strengthen your teeth. You know, you need a balanced diet. The animals flock to her. The greens speak to her. The earth senses her. She is rooted deeply. She gives and she gives back. An equal give and take. What you take from the earth, you get back to the earth. Simple as that. Next, we have the wonderful Page of Cups in reverse. Usually when you see the Page of Cups in the upright position, he sees everything. He's very intuitive, just like the rest of the Cups card. Very intuitive. He knows exactly what's going on. He speaks from the gut. He says what's not being said. He senses what the overall message is. But in reverse, he can either be oversensitive or too absorbed in it. He don't know how to disconnect himself. He don't know how to pull back. Or he can even be manipulating people into certain positions to get exactly what he wants. He got his own end goals. So he's using people to get to where he wants. Instead of speaking for everyone, he's speaking for himself instead. Then we have the lovely Hermit, the Hermit. And this is connected to Virgo. This is the mentor, the teacher. He's the solitude. He knows how to go away when he needs his rest. But even in the darkest of places, he got that one light. He's the wise one. He comes in when it's needed and give you the speeches that moves you to keep going. He touches on every little thing. He got something for everybody to take away. That's how you view the Virgo cards, the Hermit card, the teacher, the mentor, the wise one. Because he knows exactly what to say. He knows how to touch each and everybody. Because his words connect you to him. He shows you what needs to be done. The Hermit. Now, we have the wonderful Two of Swords. Now, which is usually upright like this. You weighing your pros and cons, A and B. You know the pros and cons of both of them. But either way, you still want to go the middle ground, because either way, you can use either one of those plans to get to your end goal. When it's reverse, it's like impulsive. You're just going straight for the end goal instead of working up to it. It's baby steps in between before you can just get to straight ahead. You can't cut out the middle part to just get to the end. You got to work through everything in the middle to get to the end. Don't be impulsive. Then you have the wonderful Ace of Pentacles. Now with the Ace of Pentacles here, mean new money. Something's finally, that idea that you wanted to start off with is finally coming out. You have a new insight on a source of income. even that job that you're waiting to hear from, you finally got the answer that you want, and you're starting, and it's bringing in more cash. Oh yeah, baby, love new cash coming in. Here we have the Four of Wands. Usually when the Four of Wands is upright, it's all about celebration, coming together, having a great old time. But somehow that party gets crashed. Things end horribly. Somehow somebody ruins it. Page of Cups, King of Swords, Knight of Cups. There's always somebody to sour the party, and it brings the whole mood down. This is supposed to be the happiest time for you. Everybody's supposed to be celebrating your accomplishment, but somehow they make it about them, them, instead of about you, or the Aquarius card as well. It's supposed to be about you, or even the Gemini. It's supposed to be about you, but somehow they're making it about them. How come you are getting all of this instead of me getting all of this? Oh, the Taurus card. I didn't see the Hierophant there. Next, you got the Queen of Wands. So this is fire of fire. Whenever I see the Queen of Wands, remember, this is like witchiness. As I like to put it. She's very in her power. She knows exactly what she wants to get out of this. The brightest thing out there. She stands true to what she wants. Whatever she puts out there, she gets it. Very driven, as any wand person is. Any wand is driven. They go for exactly what they want. Nobody can stop them whatsoever. Once they set their eyes on the prize, they're going to get it. You can almost think of it as Leo or a Taurus. If they see what they want, they're going to get it. Doesn't matter how much they have to wear you down. They will get what they got to get. We're going to get what we're going to get. One way or another. Simple as that. I'm getting what I want. And you can't stop me. This is the Hierophant card. And this is also connected to Taurus. Usually when it's upright, usually this means, heavenly pope, connected to your religion, people bowing down, giving their prayers up. Your belief system is strong. But when it's in reverse, disconnection to your belief system, to you, to your higher point. But if we put this in a Taurus perspective, Taurus are grounded. Slow, but they get to where they go. The finer things in life. When you have a Taurus in reverse, possessive, obsessed, no matter amount of manipulation, the what says goes. I don't care about the repercussions because I'm going to get what I need to get. So I'll do whatever it takes. I will get really down in the mud for this. Now, Ace of Swords. Usually when it's upright, it means bright, new ideas, new insight to a lot of things. You ready to strike out on a new way of thinking. But when it's in reverse, it shows that you're not ready for it. It's not ready to be spoken on. You closed-minded because you stuck in what you believe. And no matter of eye openings you get, you're not going to believe it. Like, that's not the way. I don't care whatsoever. So you can't change my mind on that. stubborn. And explains why those two are together. So the Hierophant and the Ace of Swords. Stubborn in your way of thinking. You refuse to look at it any other way. Now, if we put this together, or better yet, me just speak on this. An end to an era. Complete, utter chaos, as I like to see with the Tower card. Because you got to pretty much destroy everything that you have. Better yet, you never had a stable foundation from the get-go. That's how I was able to just dismantle you entirely. So we are going to swipe all of that away. Get rid of all those rebels and start something off fresh. Because we have people, the knight, the queens, the page, the king. You have your knights, your two honor-bound knights, that who are ready to do the work. You have the king listen to 2 sets of queens, 3 sets actually, on what is going on. This king is actually being smart and planning every little thing out with them. Because he wants to see something new coming out of this. And even the hermit, because they are speaking and listening as well. They are the advisor. They give him the word of wisdom where it's needed. Because the long haul eventually is going to pay off into something new. But balance is definitely, because the fight is still going to go on this entire week because of the 5 of Wands. People are going to be restless. People are really going to be stuck in their old way of thinking. They're not going to see what is really going on, and people are going to try to force them to see, like, no, this is not what this is about. It's about X, Y, and Z. And they're like, no, you just trying to destroy something that we have worked on. And no, that's not the case. I said we've been fucked. We've been crumbled. We've been out of sync with things. And now people are realizing we are not all equal whatsoever. So we need to be equal in every sense of it. And once we are finally synced as one, that's when we are able to build a brighter, healthier, more purpose-filled life for everybody that is involved in this. And it doesn't matter the amount of work that you have to do, we are going to get there eventually. It's going to be long, but it's going to be worth the fight. It really is. It really is. Structure of things are being called into question. Home is really being searched through entirely. Your foundation that you thought you have is really being shown at this time. Get your own house in order, even if your house ain't straight. Because you're going to have that. But either way, chaos is going to break through. Chaos is going to break through where you have to relook at things in a different way. Even though they say the home is where the heart is. But if you base your things on lies, secrets, backstabbing, anything like that, all that's going to get brought up all the house of cards is going to crumble down one way or another, whether you want it to or not. As much glue you can try to patch onto it, it's not going to work. You can't patch something over because eventually it's going to bubble out the top, crack through the sides. Your facade is going to crumble. And when it crumbles, everything else crumbles. Years of patching finally coming undone, little by little by little. But it's going to take something else for it to really just pew. And that's when it's going to be interesting. And that's because I want to see how the news is also, like, what news is going to pop up this week that's really going to light that other fire. Because little fires are starting up, but it's not a big enough fire yet. It need to be a massive fire for it to swipe everything out. Foundations are being called in at this time. So, Justice card, Ten of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. Put that out there. The evidence is going to come through because finally you have a uniting cause for this. And it's definitely be a forge and a connection that moves us forward into a positive loop. I don't even like using positive all the time, but into a brighter, more secured future, as I like to see this. So, oh yes. Actually, I'll show you the other ones, because King of Pentacles and this Nine of Cups, since this one and the Strength card. And also, let me toss that up in there. The Death card, Scorpio, Leo. So strength, that innerness, rebirth, out with the old, in with the new, literally. A fulfilling sense. Person that who's thinking long term instead of short term. The long term is going to show the progress we need. We all join together and we gonna keep doing what needs to be done. And we united in this. And no matter what they try to do, they can't break that whatsoever. Infinity signs. You can't break infinity. Because even if you try to sniff something out, eventually it's going to pop back up. The universe works in that way. Things get brought back around again to see, did you learn what you need to learn? Obviously you did it, so we're going to add something else to this. And keep adding until eventually you see the error of your ways. And once you see the error of your ways, that's when you can move on into a newer direction. Always. So, realize what is being spoken right now. Realize what's coming up right here, right now. Work on it so you can go into a different direction once you completed it entirely. So you won't have to keep dealing with this over and over and over again. Because we want to keep repeating the same cycle over and over again. So, it has come to the head. What you want to do with it. Simple as that. But that's the week of June 8th through the 14th for you. More things are being brought up now more than ever. More things are going to crumble. Bring it. So, until the next time, I love y'all. And I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did, because I surely did. This was wonderful, eye-opener. And oh, I can't wait. Yes. But I'll see y'all next time.